All right, today we're going to open some comic book boxes, some clothing boxes, and we're going to have a few rants. The first one is a rant, and I'll show you the book, but it came wrapped in saran wrap between what appears to be two pieces of construction. Like, it's heavy duty, but some kind of construction material. The book in question is a Golden Age cap 61, raw, lower grade copy. I don't think it did any more damage than it already had, but the guy I got it from threw an auction. I won't say the name of the place. Started literally harassing me and reaching out to my wife on Facebook because I didn't pay the next day. I paid within a week. Most places I pay within a couple days, but I was sick, and you know, sometimes stuff happens, and they were just ridiculous. You didn't pay within next day. Our policy is next day. And I'm like, I don't really care what your policy is, you know? So anyway, if you want to know the name of the place, reach out to me. I'll tell you. I'm not going to put them on blast, but just despicable people, absolutely despicable. And I've got no time for them. They will not get a bit of business from me ever again. And they probably don't care, but you know. The next one is, but anyway, the Cap 61. I've already had some folks, I posted on Instagram when I first got it. I got it a few weeks ago, just haven't unboxed it. I'd probably let it go just because it's not one that I'm necessarily need to keep. Here's a couple pulps, nice pulps. Startling Stories. And another Startling Stories. Yeah, my pulp, that's not something I'm going to focus on, but when I see a neat pulp and it's a good deal, I'll pick them up. I guess CGC is now grading pulps, so I'll explore that. I got to see what their standards are for pulps versus for comic books. So, all right, those are nothing too crazy there, but again, the Cap 61 could be available. I've got, I think, 4 more books to go through. And there's a theme. Let me just see which one this is. Okay. So, all Golden Age. Anyone that knows me knows that I like to collect multiples of the same book. And this is not an exception. So, I recently completed a trade with Alex, the comic hoarder. We've been talking for, I think, over a year about different books. We finally did our first deal. I received a Fantastic Four number 5. I think it was a 3.5. And I gave him a copy of this book in a 5.5, All Flash number 1. So I just picked up this 6.0 as a replacement for the 5.5. I already had in my collection, bear with me a sec here, another 6.0. So we got competing 6.0s. One's creamed off-white, one's off-white pages. And then, see if this is the right book. Yeah, just got another copy in a 6.5. So I now have 3 copies of All Flash 1, 2 6.0s and a 6.5, and the 6.5 has the best page quality of off-white to white. So I don't know if I'll keep all 3. I may let one of the 6.0s go. 6.5 stay in the collection. That's one I'd eventually like to keep working up to, like a 9.0 maybe, give or take. These last 2 books here, I think it's just 2 books, yeah, just arrived today. And one of them is the first time I've had a copy of the book. It is a very cool Zip Comics 21, if you can see. And I like to collect a lot of World War II, anti-Nazi, Holocaust type stuff. What's interesting about this book, wow, pretty cool, is the gas chamber cover. You can see the Nazi there with the Nazi wristband. You can see they're talking about the gas chamber. Let's see, where does it say the gas chamber? Lethal gas, likely sarin gas, because that's what the Nazis used on the Jews. during World War II. Bastards. So, a really important book in my mind, and I was happy to get the copy I got. And the other book that I got in is another copy of Haunted Thrill 6. And it goes well with my other copy. I won't let you see the grade, but you can see I have another copy, so the 2.5 is my under copy. So one of these days I'll get around, and I don't do videos on the regular because when I don't have enough people that watch them or subscribe, so it doesn't make sense to spend the time. If I got to, 5 or 10,000 followers, I would put out regular content and I would edit it and all that, but I don't make any money off it. So it's just something I do for fun on occasion. And then I'm gonna show you some recent vintage t-shirts that I picked up. So much like buying comic book collections, sometimes when you buy collections of vintage t-shirts, you buy an entire collection to get one or two that you want, right? And this is kind of a similar situation. I have to remember even what this is. So this is a vintage Guns N' Roses. I believe this is vintage, I have to confirm. But they stink. So I'm sure they're old. This is a old Guns N' Roses November Rain, Appetite for Destruction. So I have to confirm that it is vintage. These stink. Here's an old Grateful Dead long sleeve. You don't come across those all the time. The steely, steal your face. Also included in this lot was a neat Iron Maiden, I don't see a tag, a cutoff. And a lot of these will be available if somebody wants them. I already have an offer on to the Grateful Deads. Here's a Queen shirt. That's interesting. I'm wondering if this is not vintage because it could be, I guess, but it's printed on the tag. I don't think they did that back in the day. Maybe they did. Well, this is silly. Can this really be real? This is a Kiss t-shirt. It's like see-through. I don't know if you can kind of tell. If anybody knows their t-shirts, let me know. Is this legit? Is this, did I stumble upon something great here? Let me see if I can get that where you can see. I don't know. Here's another Dead shirt. This is liquid blue. This is not super old because it's the printed on liquid blue label. Is this another Dead shirt? Let's see, I can't remember. Oh, Panic at the Disco. That's kind of neat. Their Death of a Bachelor tour. Pretty cool. Def Leppard. I don't think that's vintage either. I think for a lot of these, if it's, if it's printed tag, it means it's probably not vintage, but I don't know. And here's another Kiss one, also a printed on tag. So if anyone's a real big shirt guy, let me know. But these coming up here are all original vintage. And when you see them, you're like, dang, good for you. So the first one is a really cool Grateful Dead. If you can see. Okay, and this is a liquid blue, but it's not the white liquid blue, but it's still pretty cool. I'm gonna put that over here. This one is dope as hell. This is an extra large. See, the older. That's just pretty cool. This one is fire too. I dig it. Also a liquid blue. Look at that. So dope. This is from '99. Which jives with the color of the liquid blue tag. And then this one. This is not one you necessarily run into every day. Definitely got the old white liquid blue. This is a Lithuania basketball that the Dead were involved with from '96. So fire. Let's see if you can see again. So that's it, guys. The All Flash 160, one of them. It'll be available in the Cap 61 as well. On Instagram, Raleigh Comic Book Collector. Goodbye.